Everybody, welcome back to Bayou Time. We've been talking about so much bad news for such a long time with Hurricane Ida, then, obviously the pandemic and all that. How about some good news? And how about the extension and the right to go ahead with the the high-rise highway between Golden Meadow and Leesville is about to start and could be January of 22. And to speak about it is the executive director of the LA1 Coalition, Henri Boulet. Thanks so much for joining us, Henri. I know this was an exciting time that, I know y'all knew it was approved, but now to finally get it and to get the right of way that's coming in January, it's got to be an exciting time down there.
It absolutely is. This project has been about 23 years in the works since the community first realized that, old LA1, which just barely sits above the marsh level, was really built in the 1930s by the Huey Long administration to take people to Grand Isle to kind of party for the weekend. So it was never intended as a highway that would support 20% of our nation's daily energy production, but it's a very, very important highway, and certainly it helped us to get a huge grant from the federal government, the U.S. Department of Transportation, in 2020 that really took us over the hump and is allowing the state to put this last 8.3 miles of elevated highway out to construction. So, that process of bidding it out happened in October. The state received 3 bids. The low bid was for $463 million to build this 8.3 miles of elevated highway over the wetlands right south of Golden Meadow. That includes to I know y'all are showing the map right now for your viewers. This is a map of where this 8.3 miles will run, and if you look at the top of the photo, the slide, there's a small part in red where that is up in Golden Meadow, where the red highway will cross over the South Lafourche levee system. And you can see the levee system up there in white. It's very skinny, kind of coming down a little bit. But the U.S. Corps of Engineers has approved of the elevated highway crossing over the levee up there in Golden Meadow. It's going to require that we build, while we're building the highway, a T-wall in the levee that will come up to 21 feet high in the levee, made of cement. And that way, if the South Lafourche Levee District ever gets a congressional appropriation to raise their levees to 21 feet, the area under the highway will already have this T-wall built into it. It's going to be a 400-foot wide T-wall. So, that was done with thinking ahead. How do we make our region more resilient from storms? So this is a good move. Then the next section in yellow that you're looking basically is about 7 miles of standard elevated highway. The structure, the underbeams, clear 17 feet. And then there's 5 feet of bridge structure built in. So your tires are really going to ride at 22 feet above sea level for that 7 miles. Now, I know that, FEMA says that the 100-year high-level storm surge in that region would be at 14 feet. So we wanted the structure to clear 17. That way, if you do have a hurricane surge, and you have to allow for wave action on top of that surge level, and we wanted the structure to clear all of that. So that's why the bottom of the elevated highway clears 17 feet, and you will be riding at 22 feet. And then just back to the map for one last description. The part in green there will be an overpass as you're heading south into Leeville, because we have to cross over some navigable canals that are still used by the community, and it will tie in there in Leeville to that famous 90-degree curve that many of you have taken a left on. And more recently, you've seen where a stub kind of sticks out heading north at that curve. And that's where we were prepping for this new section to tie in. So just one more thing on the map for y'all to, for your viewers to know, as you're approaching Leeville in the green, there will be a left turn lane in case you want to get off at Leeville to go launch at the free boat launch, or if you have a camp down there. So, you will be able to take this and get off at Leeville.
Man, that's awesome to see, and they will still have a toll on probably on I guess the Golden Meadow side, huh?
Yeah, it'll be the same toll that people are paying now. It's not going to be increased. We back when the Leeville Bridge was built, the state really had no money to build it. So, we went through the public hearing process, agreed to pay a toll for so many years. So, we started that process, and we still have some years left to pay back the federal loan, the TIFIA loan.
Yeah, but it's worth it. Hey, we got about 30 seconds left, Henri. The time period, it'll probably start in sometime in 22 and go about 5 years?
Yep. That's correct. I believe the contractor needs to be finished by December of 2027. And in the contract, there's a time period in which any time after that, he would have to pay damages to the state. So, look, this is a seasoned contractor, James Construction. They know what they need to do to get it done, and we're excited that it's a Louisiana company.
All right, Henri Boulay, thanks so much for joining us.